Bro, I thought your content is about muscle growth. Why are you talking about strength? That is a valid question. I am going to answer it. The lifting community sees strength training and training for muscle growth as two separate things. According to most lifters, these two things are not related. And there is a lot of truth in this viewpoint. You do not need to be very strong to get big. You also don't need to be big to be very strong. Professional bodybuilders and strength athletes are very good examples of this phenomenon. Bodybuilders focus more on muscle growth than strength, and strength athletes focus more on strength than muscle growth. This will make sense in a bit. Let us compare these two styles of training first, then I will tell you why focusing on strength makes more sense for the average person. The bodybuilder. These guys focus on hypertrophy. This simply means adding more muscles to their frame. To achieve this, they can do a variety of exercises. They do not need to focus on a few key movements. That is why you see them doing all kinds of isolation movements. They train close to failure, but they do not always go heavy. And this is achievable through doing high reps. This high rep style of training enables them to do lots of volume, which is needed for them to grow more muscle. Because of their high volume style of training, they usually spend lots of time at the gym. For a lack of better words, they train according to how they feel. As long as they feel a burning sensation, they know something is cooking. The strength athlete. These guys focus on strength. This simply means conditioning themselves to be able to lift lots of weight. This is because strength is not only physical, it is also neurological. They usually only focus on a few key movements like the big three: squats, deadlifts, and bench presses, and any other movement that may improve their performance in these three. They go close to failure, which is a no-brainer since they usually go heavy with low reps. This low rep style of training limits their muscle growth potential because it also limits their overall volume, which is needed as a stimulation for more muscle growth. They also spend lots of time at the gym because they need long breaks between their sets. They heavily rely on data for tracking purposes. Feelings could be useful, but data is king for them. These two styles of training are very specific. They are designed for professionals. And if you're watching this video, then chances are you are not a bodybuilder or a strength athlete. You are just an average person who wants to look amazing without turning lifting into a career. And if this is the case, then you should consider a third option, which is a hybrid of the two. Take a few things from strength lifting side and a few things from body lifting side. Look at any peer-reviewed paper talking about muscle growth. Research is very clear on the fact that strength and muscle growth are closely related, especially if this strength is gained in a medium rep range. That is anywhere between 4 to 12 reps per set. The medium rep range is the secret. Strength athletes typically train within the rep range of 1 to 5, which enables them to go really heavy. But it's very taxing and it takes a lot of time because they have to take long breaks between sets. It also limits the amount of volume they can do per session, therefore limiting their muscle growth potential. Bodybuilders typically train in the rep range of 8 to 30 reps per set, which enables them to accumulate enough volume for muscle growth, but also makes their workout sessions long and unbearable, especially for beginners. With the hybrid approach, you get to enjoy both worlds. You are able to go heavy, but of course not as heavy as a strength athlete. You are able to accumulate enough volume, but not as much volume as a bodybuilder. And this is why I am always talking about getting stronger for muscle growth. Lifting heavy weights introduces mechanical tension to the muscles, which is the main driver for muscle growth. Focusing on getting stronger and doing more volume over a period of time is known as progressive overload. And progressively overloading your muscles causes more mechanical tension, resulting into more muscle growth.